So here we have a Redback Technologies all-in-one hybrid inverter. Redback is an Australian company and they've recently released this inverter. It's a all-in-one hybrid inverter, so in the one unit you have your battery connection, solar connection and grid connection with AC backup. They've also integrated some isolation and circuit breakers here, battery isolator and solar isolators, as well as grid connection, AC output, RCD as well. Next to it we also have the standard AC and DC isolators as well. So the Redback inverter can be used with lead acid or lithium batteries, but in this installation we have the nice PylonTech lithium battery modules. Two modules here, 2.4 kilowatt hours each, and they become a very well-known lithium ion module that a lot of companies are using. Very handy little touch screen. It gives you some information here. I can look at individual cell voltages and temperatures, power curves, logs. It's a very nicely put together battery system, and they link together through communications back to the inverter, so the inverter understands what state of charge the batteries are at, and the voltage, of course, charging current, everything can be set up. So here is the handy phone app that's used to monitor the system. You can see on the top left we're generating 3 kilowatts at the moment. Roughly all of that is currently being used by the house. The batteries are also supplying about 0.4 of a kilowatt. The load is quite high at the moment. They must have electric jug or something on at the moment. So there is zero power being brought in from the grid, as you can see, as all power is being supplied by the batteries combined with the solar. And if I click on the battery, it tells me the state of charge of the battery is 96%, its power, its voltage, current and its status. I'll go back and I can look at the solar array, and this actually has two individual inputs in this inverter, and we're getting 1.4 kilowatts from one string and half a kilowatt from the other string. Total energy generated today is 7.5 kilowatt hours. So the handy thing with this app, it's also used to set up and commission the system. So we have a bunch of different options here and menus, and I can go to system setup and do the initial commissioning. Now, since the app is used to monitor the system, on the front of the inverter we just have a couple of basic LEDs which give you an indication of the grid status, solar status and energy flow communications. So everything is good at the moment. So this inverter is actually a 4.6 kilowatt battery inverter combined with a 6 kilowatt solar inverter. So it's actually quite powerful. It's not quite big enough to supply your entire home, including air conditioners and electric hot water and that type of thing, but in this situation it was perfect as a backup inverter for backup power supply when the grid goes down, and also self-use of solar energy.